Boy, here we go again. Here we go again. What y'all done did now, man? What milk y'all done spilled now, man?
Oh man, it's sad.
What y'all done did, man?
It's sad, sad.
It's normal shit though. Ain't it normal shit now? Kansas City ain't the only one. We've been reporting multiple stories of what's happening everywhere. So what's happening, y'all? What's happening, y'all? Word on that back in the building. We up early for this one, so as you know,
Happy Martin Luther King Day. Unfortunately,
yeah, happy Martin Luther King Day. Salute to the God, Martin Luther King. Hopefully, people understand much more people because you continue to see the the disrespect and the message that's put out there, the wrong message that's put out about him. He actually had a militant mind. He actually wanted to. He actually had guns. Actually had guns on his marches. His message may have had, and what he did, while it was flawed, it may have had an impact. It may have been what was right, even as he noticed that it was wrong toward the end. It may have been necessary, may have been the wrong thing. I do know he realized that things like integration were the downfall. It didn't equal freedom. I won't say necessarily the downfall, but it didn't equal freedom. So, learn more about Martin Luther King instead of, more than what they sell. I have a dream. But let's get into this news, though, man. Um, so, as y'all know, the Chiefs, the AFC Championship game took place yesterday. Chiefs kicked ass. And this is their first. They're going to the Super Bowl. Their first one in 50 years. The first one in 50 years, man. And it's got the town hype, man. You already know everybody. You know how this goes. It's in every city, every sporting event. Once that starts happening, everybody's gonna show up and show out. There's usually some type of. I heard. I heard what the club wherever they were at was free. I don't know though. I remember hearing that. So
Yep.
if that's the case, I mean, you already know you make something that easy and accessible. You gonna have everybody and anybody showing out because they're not giving up anything to. They're not giving up anything, whether it's $5, $15, $20, whatever. They're not giving up nothing to get that. So means that less. But let's get into the story. So yeah, we had another mass shooting. This one happens to be in our own hometown. You know, there's been multiple mass shootings in Kansas City. Many times clubs have been shot up, but it's just another story. Here we go. Hold on, let me see if I can get hold on. Let me get the screen sharing going. Screen sharing.
well, every time something good happens, always boom like
Yeah, I
that.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, get the screen sharing. Let me make sure we all shared up on Facebook. We're gonna do some more episodes this week too. It's gonna be Facebook exclusive because some of the stuff we're gonna have content. We know YouTube's funny about like the videos you put and everything, but I do want to go over a few videos, some stuff that happened at Capitol Hill in Virginia and whatnot with the gun conversation that's going on over there. So
I'm
just give me
only
a
a
little
bill,
time. Hold on.
a
Get this set.
bill on Capitol
Share this to
Hill.
the page. The videos. I'll turn that down. Okay. Shit. All right. All right. We in the building. All right. So let's get started. So, this is off CBS News. Two dead, 15 wounded after gunman opens fire on people in line outside of Kansas City bar. This is the old what's that? Ultra Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about it. Don't know how long it's been. Looked up a little bit on it. doesn't look like it's been around for a long time, but like I said, I don't know the history of it. It's over there off Nolan Road. I don't know if it was a club before that or whatnot. Not too big on the fucking club scene. Used to go out a lot, and pretty much I'll give you probably 80% of the time shit like this was starting. Every single time I go the fuck out. Just me personally. 80%, you know what I'm saying? I'll bank on that was the percentage. That was the probability of some bullshit happening. So yeah, Kansas City, Missouri, 2 people are dead and at least 15 wounded after shooting outside a bar here late Sunday night, authorities said. It put an abrupt end to a celebration of the Kansas City Chiefs victory that sent them to the Super Bowl. All the wounded were brought to area hospitals, and at least 3 were in critical condition, the police said. The bodies of a man and woman were found in the parking lot when police arrived, reports CBS Kansas City, Missouri affiliate KCTV. It's KCTV5. The shooting took place shortly before midnight at the 9 Ultra Lounge. So that's good. You didn't do it on you did it right before midnight, so you wouldn't disrespect Dr. King's birthday. So that's mighty courteous. Mighty courteous of you. Police at the scene said shooter opened a fire at a line of people waiting to get inside. An armed security guard at the club engaged the shooter outside. Police believe the man who died was the gunman. So there you go. It's an armed security guard. They had to meet fire with fire. That's what we talk about. We had that situation. What was that, about a couple weeks ago, where the church got shot up down here? The church got shot up, and it was a security guard in there, a person in there that had their gun that was able to subdue the shooter. And so that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what we talk about when we talk about even though the Second Amendment and all the Constitution, like we said, we point these things out to poke holes because this is what they say, the government or whatnot says they stand on the Constitution. But I mean, these are all these places like this, when you go into these churches or anywhere you go to, and you're up to, they give you a choice. You always got a choice to do something. You don't have to go to these places, but these are these are like gun-free zones. You can't bring them, like federal buildings or whatnot. Federal buildings, going into churches and whatever. It could be anybody's house. It's up to you to make that decision when you do that. When you go anywhere and they confiscate you, they're doing pat downs or whatnot. It's up to you to decide if you want to go in there because, like I said, all it takes is one angry individual, and you already know, man. And I'm pretty sure a lot of those people in that line, because they're trying to get up in the club or whatnot, they didn't have their thing on them. So it's even, you just a sit and duck. I mean, over 90% of the places where these shootings happen in these gun-free zones. So club scene, man, that's exactly why, man. That's always just, you're always at a disadvantage in that site, and you don't want to sit there and just have everybody. It's like I said, that's at the person's discretion. I'm pretty sure there's somebody. I could be wrong because there might be a city ordinance, but there, we can talk about house parties. We can talk about house parties or whatever. When it comes to that, it's up to the owner's discretion whether they want to do that, whether they want to allow a gun in, or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to the people to decide if they want to go to that place or not, whether they allow the guns or not. It's up to their discretion. There's a lot that can happen on both ends. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like just weighing it out. Like I said, we're already where we're at. You can't go taking people's pistols and guns like that, because they use stories like this to fuel that and say, okay, well, now we can run in, they can call on to the government, they start taking guns, and then you leave, you're not going to take the police's guns, they're not going to take the military's guns, so you leave the citizens, you know what I'm saying, you leave the citizens as slaves and at the state's mercy. So before we get into more about this, man, what do y'all think about what do y'all think about this tragedy that's happened so far?
Man, it comes to the point. What's good? What's good, Ashley? Ashley said, "What's up, everybody?"
What's happening, Ashley?
But it comes to the point to where it's just like, man, we can't have nothing good. As soon as something good happens for the city, something always bad always pops up. Every time. So it's just like, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I didn't even see that. Two people killed in a shooting inside a bar along the San Antonio Riverwalk. You know about that one. It was going. It's like I said, it's not normal.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing normal.
So yeah, that's all I got. What you got, Lauren?
Kind of part of course, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Kansas City, man. And this is not necessarily subjective to just Kansas City. So I don't want to make it seem like it just happens here. Corey, pull that article back up. There's an interesting statement that came from the city prosecutor. I think the city prosecutor said that it's unfortunate. But there it is.
Yeah.
It's just hard to stand here and talk about this kind of tragedy on really one of the best days Kansas City has had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
For real. Now I ain't trying to take away from the celebration. But what if this was next Sunday? When there ain't no football going on? What if this was that statement to me is just such of a cliche, blasé ass statement to say when this type of thing happens. You know what I'm saying? You know, God rest the I don't even know if I could say God rest the souls of the two people that died, because it sounds like the gunman that started the whole thing died. And I ain't saying that anybody deserves to die, but you know, I mean, you come up in there on some chitty chitty bang bang, and you end up, you know what I'm saying, being one of the ones to go down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I won't call it karma, you know what I'm saying, but
Instant karma.
you know, that was an unnecessary place to open fire. You know what I'm saying?
Was the other person who got shot, were they the
security guard?
Intended target? I know one that was doing the shooting, but
yeah,
what was everybody's role? You know what I'm saying? Was the one shooting at who was shooting at who? Like I don't have those type of details.
And I think that's what's unclear. And I'll be sure to follow up on this just to get more detail to understand what initiated this whole thing. Because I have to assume that you know, nope, I don't have to assume, and I'm not gonna assume. You know, somebody pulled out a piece and started shooting. That's all we know at the moment. But this is a tragedy every day. You know what I'm saying? Not just because the Chiefs, are going to the Super Bowl. This is a tragedy every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that a life gets taken for something like this. And so I don't even like the statement that the damn prosecutor made, because it just makes it sound like every other time that shit happens, and I mean, you gotta think, I know we had talked about this the other day, but this happened outside the club. Now, had it happened inside the club, I would have been like, man, anytime you entertain alcohol into a situation, you know what I'm saying, bad things could happen. Folks don't know how to control they alcohol and things of that nature, but this happened outside the club, so I'm gonna assume that somebody had some beef with somebody and knew that they were gonna be there, so
could be so, used to
yeah,
be that could be I remember Cat cat got killed. He was talking to a
Mm-hmm.
nigga bitch. It was that simple.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
talking about two
yeah.
years ago?
started firing.
I,
What was that?
I thought he was talking about the one that happened 2 years ago. I was like, yeah, my brother Dominique. Yeah, that shit was
Nah, this
at
this
that
was
chick
this
at the
was
chicken
this was.
spot.
I mean, this happened multiple times, but then one I'm talking about was years ago, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like I said, it's unfortunate, man. You know, I'm not gonna say it's part of the course. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these things happen every day. And shit does happen on days where you know, where there's a celebratory situation. Uh, but I would have expected it to happen inside the club. You know what I'm saying? Versus outside the club. Uh, you know, and it now.
Niggas ain't thinking like niggas ain't trying to go shoot up everybody. They trying to get it
Yeah,
ain't that type of situation.
yeah.
Like,
There,
I didn't get some
there's
pussy today, or somebody and Jenny
yeah,
didn't talk to
Yeah,
me, so I'm gonna go shoot
yeah.
up
I'm gonna go
everybody
wild
I
out.
see. It's like, nah, everybody got from what it looks like and what it usually is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just got hit in the crossfire. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Which
Oh yeah,
is just as
absolutely.
bad, still just as bad, but
Yeah,
there's a different mindset. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Now I am glad, and I hate to say, well, I don't even hate to say it. I am glad there was armed security there. You know what I'm saying? Because it could have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. It could have been worse. Excuse me. So, you know, I, I mean, this is why I don't go out. To be honest with you, this is
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I stay in the house. Because it's hard to go out and have a good time
Unless I
and
can have
feel
mine
safe.
on me. Unless I can
Unless
have
what?
mine on me.
Even in, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're not prepared, you know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. If you in this situation, if you had your piece on you, but you ain't know nothing was getting ready to pop off, so you ain't even had time to get your piece ready.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, that's
yeah.
that's the interesting thing about the whole conceal and carry
And you talking
is
about he had
that
an AR too, so hey, that's coming. That's
Yes.
coming spraying.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
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 you
Yeah.
can't get
yeah,
ready for that.
yeah. So, it's you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I'm a definitely follow up on this particular thing because I want to uh, get more clarity and more understanding on some of the more intimate details that would, give justified cause or whatever was the reason that the guy came in there shooting. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I definitely want to follow up on that because I think it could just shed a little bit more light on the situation as a whole. Uh, but man, I mean, 15 people, 15 other people. So it's 17 total.
Mm-hmm.
15 other people, three in critical condition. They just want to go have a good time, man. They want to celebrate. I'm sure because this is the one of the clubs that the athletes go to.
Yeah, yeah.
This
I'm
is
pretty
one of
sure.
the clubs that one of the athletes go to. So I could only imagine. I could only imagine if we would have woke up this morning and they would have been like, "Yeah, man, Travis Kelce in critical condition, man." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Pat Mahomes, he in critical condition right now. He just wanted to go out and celebrate, man, and he got shot up. You know, so I mean, if you really want to take it a step further, that very well could have been a reality. You know what I'm saying? Then what? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got your star quarterback, tight end. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
You
And
look at that prosecutor, man. It's sad that football has to be the best. A
That's
football
what I'm
win is
saying.
the best thing that's ever happened
to the
to the
city,
city. That
right?
says a lot about the city within itself. I look at people. You ever see people on social media, and you can tell like they talk about. I just blocked somebody because they were talking bad on the Chiefs, and you think
Yeah,
like they got to be playing, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of
they
people just
serious.
they wanna block somebody, or they wanna put that type of energy out. And we
Yeah,
talking about something that's silly, or you got people, a lot of people are joking when they say, but you got some people who serious. I can't trust somebody who don't root for the Chiefs or somebody, but they from Kansas City or some shit like that. Let me tell you something, man. That right there. Man, KC born and raised, but I like that right there. See, why I like that? Because I understand, and I've always understood that football is nothing but a fucking game. Well, the Chiefs just have the name Kansas City to it, but it's still property of the fucking NFL. That's why it says property of the NFL. It says it on the commercials, all type of stuff, got the stamp everywhere, property of the NFL. They're not bringing nothing back to y'all black asses. It's a game. Like sit there, Raiders, you know what I'm saying? Raiders in the whole town, a whole sea of red. A whole town of everybody loves Kansas City. So what's that going to do? That's going to start interesting conversations. It's going to start fun. It's going to start fun. Now we can be at functions rooting against each other. Gives y'all can talk shit to me. I can talk shit to y'all. It creates that type of banter, a fun banter. But taking it anything more than that, you know what I'm saying, and falling out with a person, with football, seeing people fighting, shooting at the games, all type of stuff. You know, and that's not black folks. You know, that's everybody doing that shit. But I'm just talking about the mindset. Football is bullshit. It's a game at the end of the day. It's a game of football. And if this is the best day for Kansas City, like I said, that's sad. Because it's a game they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and then it's, you know, business is gonna go on as usual. We just had another record year, you know what I'm saying, as far as murders. What are y'all gonna do that? You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately.
How about y'all go celebrate if you can bring it down, you know what I'm saying? If you can cut those murders in half, then we have a big celebration.
Yeah,
and then we go, you know what I'm saying, the year after that, you know, bring it down. But, you know, that's not something that happens overnight. That's, you know, that begins with each and every one of us, the mindsets that we affect around us. But, you know, one thing I do want to take a look at, you know, is, and I pose this question, I've always thought this is, you know, when we talk about going to these, talking about you dealing with people, because a lot of people, you got people who, because a lot of people just like to argue just for the sake of arguing. So they'll say there's no problem, there's no mental issue. And I tell them all the time to deny that is to deny what's been done to you throughout history. But I'm not going to talk about it. I talk about that ad nauseum. You know, but to speak about that and to say that there is none is to deny what's been done to you throughout history. You know, just in every way possible. It's a mental problem, man. It's a mental issue, and mental problem is not, you know, being like how we think, like in a wheelchair or something like that. It's just every way of thinking, things that we accept, the way that we interact with each other. Like we got to be very, very pinpointed on how we, you know what I'm saying, how we deal with each other, because, you know, you just got so many different influences. But here's the biggest influences: that damn alcohol. Man, you talking about, man, bringing the whole city out, man, and bringing the whole city out. You know, everybody, man, whether it's any function, man, like everybody's always going to, you know, be sipping on the alcohol. And, you know, it's, for the most part, everybody acts right. But all it takes is a few bad apples mixed with the mixed with the mental illness. You know what I'm saying? You talking about mental illness and mixing that with alcohol, man. Just come on, man.
Right.
You know, alcohol, people become who they, you know what I'm saying, who they really are with alcohol. Looking at, man, I watched Young Pharaoh talk about this the other day, man. I watched Young Pharaoh talk about this the other day. He was talking about the origin of the etymology of the word alcohol. And I've done a little bit, you know, looking into it, but I need to do more. But, you know, it makes sense from what I've seen. You know, look at that, alcohol. They say alcohol comes from, is the Arabic word coming from al-kul, or also al-ghul. Al-ghul. It says translates to body eating spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's what ghoul. When they talk about a ghoul, a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Ghouls and ghosts and all that.
Yeah.
What's that? That character from Batman always coming back from the dead, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
You know what I'm saying? Dealing with spirits. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you right.
Yep.
He was in that first Batman movie, the
Ra's al
Batman
Ghul.
Begins movie.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said like, why when you go to go to your Hy-Vee or you know what I'm saying, your different liquor store, different ones, you'll see some of them are called wine and spirits.
Yep.
Called wine and spirits. So like I said, I don't have all the answers to that, but you know, this says a lot. You know, so when you look at the words and where where these words come from, yeah, man, it says a lot. It says a lot, and you know, when you having that, man, when you this is supposed to be when we do these, it's supposed to be done in moderation. It's supposed to be done in moderation. A lot of things that we intake, it's almost it's like witchcraft, like alchemy.
It is witchcraft.
It's like alchemy. You know what I'm saying? We just take it in as, hey, it's just a drink or just a fruit drink. It's just this. You know what I'm saying? You looking in, you'll go to the store. It's usually the juices that, you know what I'm saying, we grew up on, usually black folks, or, you know what I'm saying, the people who didn't have much, you know, they drinking the cheaper stuff, drinking like, you know, what's that, the fruit punch drink.
Yep.
The Roberts shit. Going killing gallons of that, man. And then you look on the tin of that, man, that's got so much high fructose corn syrup. One of the main things that's killing us, and it's all type of other things, everything but juice thrown into that concoction. But you know, even we talking about this, you know, and that affects the mind also. But you know, we both know alcohol directly affects the mind. We both know alcohol directly affects the mind, man. So now it's you know, people become a completely different person. A lot of times don't even remember. Like I said, and these are just theories. These are things to think about when we do these things, when we going out. You just got to do. It's not saying, you know, live in fear or whatnot, but you do have to take in every factor, all factors. Got to ask yourself, why the fuck does this keep happening every time we slide out? Why do we think this is gonna happen? Why are we expecting this every time we go out? You know what I mean? We got to go say, you know, being safe. There'll always got to be safe, but there's always an emphasis put on it when we're talking about going to the clubs or whatnot.
Shay said talk about it. You
always know there's that possibility somebody, you know, with that alcohol in them, they're gonna do something. They're gonna do something fucking crazy, man. Changes your whole brain construction, man. Fucks you all up. So this is normal shit, man. And like I said, we gotta keep doing the work. Gotta keep doing the work. And
now you
got anything else?
Honestly, the only thing I got is you just got to be willing you have to be willing to want to learn about all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we could speak about it all day long, but if the person's not willing, if people aren't willing to learn about it, there's no point. There's no point in wasting your breath, dog. Trust and believe.
One ear out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't take my word. You know, don't just take my word. You got to go in there and read for yourself. Do the research for your damn self.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm just giving you the guide. Now you go do that, and then you can come back and say, nah, you're wrong. This is that. But that's how, you know, the conversation, that's how different things gets distinguished. That's how we make sense of everything. Clarity.
Shay said, think about the mental mind state or the mental health of the person who was riding around with the AK. The mind of one who has no issues and going to the car, or going to the car to get it with the intention of harm. I can't. My computer's slowing up. Hold on. Get it with the intention of harm. However, their way. All right, yeah. It's more than just drugs and alcohol. Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of influence.
My computer's slowing up for some reason.
But yeah, drugs and alcohol definitely enhance it. The mental like we said, the mental state is already there. The mental, the spiritual, you know what I'm saying? The spiritual theory. I believe in the spiritual theory also. The mental, spiritually, but we're talking about putting these concoctions, in our body. You know what I mean? That we just see them as fun. That shit, alcohol's got ethanol in it, man. It's the same shit you put in your gas tank, man. But we do anything. We pop pills. We'll do anything. Do whatever, man, to escape, try to have fun or whatnot. We didn't start this. We were just born into this shit, man. Like Dick Gregory says, America is our motherfucking mama. What you about to say?
Nah, I remember when he said that. Yeah,
America's our mama. We got our, who we view as our parents, but they influence. They know what all they know is what they know. Even though you learn as much, you learn as much. You try to learn this and that, but you still, man, you ain't all the way out until you out, man. You all the way out. We got people, man. I was looking, man. He say all the time. We always got people talk about, man. And I've said this, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas or anything. I don't celebrate, this, that, Easter, New Year's. Like, man, if your bank closed, on any of them holidays, you celebrate whether you want to or not. Understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that's letting you know where you stand. Nah, man. All we can do is work on ourselves. Work on ourselves and affect the people around us. Try to, everything's got to be done in moderation. We can judge when we make judgments. We judge for our own personal safety, but we don't make ultimate judgments over anybody else's life. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, like I said, try to affect everything that you can around you. But other than that, man, I ain't got nothing else. Be safe. Let's try to, like I said, let's try to cut the shit down this year. Yes, I want to be realistic. In an ideal world, we say no violence. Stop the violence completely. But we know that shit's gonna happen. It's gonna go wrong. Let's just, like I said, if we start with ourselves, start with the things that we say, how we interact with everybody, you know what I'm saying, and understand what part we personally play into the game. We can make a cut to it. So.
Yeah, man. I second those words, man. And my only thing before we end this thing off is do the research, man. I used to be the dude that would be more than willing to tell you about any and all this stuff spiritually and shit like that. I ain't that guy no more. So yeah, do your own research, dog. That's it. That's it for me. Oh, what's up?
So I tell them we out, man.
All right, yeah. Well, and link in the description below, man. Make sure you hit that link tree. You'll be able to find the YouTube page, Facebook pages, Grit Sports Media, Lojo Speaks, and all the other stuff. All that being said, man, this is Word on the Ave. You're with your host Randy Anderson and your host Corey, and we out, man. Peace.